start with the very first question. The boy starts to walk west for 13 kilometers. So from the very starting, that's this point, he walks 13 kilometers towards his left. Okay. Now he moves towards his right, that is this side, and walks 15 kilometers, a little more than what was there. So a little more than 13 kilometers, that's 15 kilometers. After that, he moves left again. Now from this position, left again is this side. So he moves for 5 kilometers again, and then from there he turns right and cuts a distance of 18 kilometers. So from here he would move again 18 kilometers. In which direction he is? From his starting point. Now from his starting point, which is the direction? This is the direction. And towards the starting point, what is the direction? So this is the direction from the starting point, which is north. But towards the, when we say what is the direction towards his starting point, what would be the direction? In that case, you would have the direction which would be here. So be very careful. What is the question? Now most of the questions regarding direction problems that we have received have the same query. The students are confused between understanding the choices, and both of the choices are part of your question paper. Okay, now this is a question which is related to coding decoding problem of blood relation. Similar of these questions we have covered a lot of time. Now the question says we have to find out in which of the cases P is a maternal uncle of Q. So maternal uncle means mother's brother. Very simple. Now let's first, we'll have to do it case by case. So let's first understand, let's try to do a case where you have the correct answer, and then we'll do one of the cases where you have the incorrect answer to find out how we need to proceed. Okay, so minus sign denotes brother. So P is the brother of M. So P and M at the same hierarchy, and P is the brother. Okay, then you have M is the plus means mother. So M is the mother of N. Okay, so M's child, okay, I can write it as child is N, and cross means sister. So N is the sister of whom? N is the sister of Q. So N and Q are brothers and sisters. Okay, are siblings we could say. So these are siblings, and the mother of the sibling is M, and the brother of M is P. So that is mother's brother. Now P would be maternal uncle for N, and P would be also maternal uncle for Q. Both of them are correct answers. Now let's try to find out the first choice that is there. Now the first choice says Q is the brother of S. So Q and S at the same level, that is siblings. Now percentage sign means father. So I say S is the father of P. Okay, now since he is father, he is not maternal uncle. Q would be paternal uncle of Q. So be very clear what the question asks, whether it is maternal, mother's brother or father's brother. So maternal uncle or paternal uncle. If you try to apply it to your own family and try to find out the regional names for your maternal brother, maternal uncle or paternal uncle, that would probably make these kind of blood relation questions much more easier and much more simplified for you to solve. Okay, the next question is again on a blood direction, and again the issue is same, in which direction. Okay, so this would be a kind of good exercise to help you understand or comprehend the problem correctly. Now the first question says here, Shreya moves towards east for 15 kilometers. So this is the initial location. She moves 15 kilometers towards the east and then turns right. Okay, then she turns right and then turns 5 kilometers left. Okay, so from this initial position she moves 15 kilometers. Now moving 15 kilometers she turns right and then turns left. So first she is turning right, which is here, and then once she is right she is turning left. Now the left is the hand where I do not have the pen. So this would be the direction in which Shreya would go. So this would be the left side that she would go. After moving 5 more kilometers she again takes a left. Now she is at this position, again left, that is this direction, and she moves 25. So 5, 5, 5 again, and then 25, that means 20 more. Okay. Now she reaches a final position which is here. Find out the distance from her starting position to her final position. This is a very interesting question. So this is the final position, this is the starting position. Now we have to find out the distance. Now the shortest distance, as we know, is the hypotenuse. Now how do we understand here? The question here is to understand this is 20 and this is 20. How would I find the square root value? And this is a very good and interesting question. So let's say these values are 3 and 4. Then it becomes obviously very easy, because I have 3 square plus 4 square and I am trying to root it. So it's 9 plus 16, which is root of 25, which makes it 5. So very simple. But in this scenario, it's 20 square plus 20 square and root of that. How would I make it simple? So it is 20 square 400 plus 400, which is 800. So root of 800, how do I calculate? Now this is a very interesting example where we need to find out quick tricks to solve the under root. How we can do it? Let me take a simple example first, and then we'll come on to this value. So let's take a very simple example. I have to find out, let's say, square root of 86. Now, when I know the tables from 1 to 20 or 1 to 25, I know that square root of 81 is 9. Okay, so what I do in this case, this is a shortcut. This is not a direct method to solve the root problems, but when you are appearing for your examinations, shortcuts would definitely give you an edge. So what I do is I keep 9 here. Now I take the difference between the two numbers, that is 86 minus 81, which comes out to be how much? It comes out to be 5. So I put 5 here, okay, and then this 9 I double it. Okay, so this under root value that came, I double it, so that becomes 18. So my answer would be 9 5 by 18, and that would be the value for root 86. Now similarly, I have to find out the value for under root of 800. What is the nearest value that I would know? The nearest value that I know is root of 625, okay, which makes it 25. So that is something I know very well. Now I keep this 25 here, okay. Now I take the difference between 800 and 625. So 800 minus 625 would give me how much? 175. So I keep this 175 here, and in the denominator I double this. So I double 25. So when I double 25, it becomes 30. Now 175 divided by 50, it's very simple. So 3 times is 150. I'm left with 25. So it's 0.5. Okay. Now what I do is I add 25 plus 3.5. So that approximates to 28.5. And since you have all the options that are so far away, okay, the only closest option is this. So I would have D as the right option, and this is one of the very important tricks to do quick calculations for finding out the square root values.